So, hello YouTube and welcome to the second installment of a video on my E28. This was supposed to be an awesome video of me jacking up the car, removing the fuel lines, putting them all back on, and it was supposed to look fantastic. However, my GoPro failed, my 4K camera ran out of battery whilst I was jacking up the car, and then I thought to myself, well, time is precious. I don't have a lot of it, and it's not something I can say I've got an absolute abundance of. If you don't want to watch a video of a car getting jacked up, skip to about the 3 minute mark. I know it's a bit of an epic fail on me. There's not much more I can say to you. The video was supposed to be of me jacking up the car, unscrewing the fuel lines, getting them off, showing them, making up new ones and putting them on the car. Unfortunately, the old adage of the best laid plans of mice and men meant that that wasn't to be. Unfortunately, the fuel lines, the screws that held the fuel lines on were completely corroded, and we'll have a look at them in a second and I'll show you just how bad they really were, because they were bad. I ended up, like I said, multiple camera failures. My 4K camera, that ran out of battery. My GoPro just wouldn't work after this jacking up, and it was just all a bit of a nightmare. But without time, I thought I'd just crack on with the car, do as much of it as I can. I ended up having to grind with a Dremel out the old clips that held on the fuel line, so I'm having to look at a solution to remake them. It might be P clips, it might not. But keep watching, and hopefully soon we'll get to the part where it's actually a little bit interesting and we'll talk through it. Apologies in advance if I sound a bit nasally during this video. I seem to have a cold that I can't shift. So here we are, we're looking under the car. As you can see, it's pretty rusty. I've actually given it all a poke. It is all surface rust. This is filmed with a gimbal. It's also me trying to shuffle myself underneath a car. I haven't got a creep. I don't like them really, but you can see there already that the fuel lines, well, not only the fuel lines, bushes, fuel lines, brake lines, everything is corroded. Even the support brace there, seal's going to need to be redone. There we are, having a look through the fuel lines here. That was kind of me to video. You can see it's where the actual outside of the car is rusted, is where the fuel lines are rusted, and that one on the outside I think is the delivery hose, and it was that which was really squirting out fuel at quite a pressure. It's 8mm pipe. I'm planning on replacing it with domestic heating pipe. Again, just trying to get them back in focus so you can see just how bad they are. I have got a photograph which I should put up on the screen, which will show you just how bad they were. They actually sheared. It's turned out to be a bit of a mammoth project in that now I've got the prop shaft off. I'm probably looking at dropping the diff to give that a coat of paint. I've got the fuel tank off. This clip that you can see here in the top left is all corroded. I'm currently in the process of stripping all that back using some nice built Hamber products to get that back to a nice clean metal, and I'll be painting that. They've got some little rubber bungs on them actually. That's me trying to get the gimbal to stop facing down. I think I was losing my patience. And then, as if things couldn't get any worse, I managed to flip the camera and record it in portrait mode somehow. But as you can see, the diff is very rusty. Early on I said more likely than not I'm going to rip that out and give it a clean up and a paint. But you can see there where I've removed the little standoffs I've started to for the for the fuel lines. I'm yet to touch the brake lines yet. I'm going to do them all together as one, but you can see that the state of the underneath is actually not that bad. Anyway, we're back to proper camera. In this shot, you should be able to see where I've found little spots of rust and I've ground them back or scraped them back, and I've used some of rust.co.uk's I think it's called FE123 converter. It turns it either a black or a purple colour, but just cleaning up bits and pieces as I see them. Just, you know, I want a nice clean underbody. I don't know if I'll go further. I do have a habit of making a mountain out of a molehill. Again, lovely rusty diff. And that's where we're at basically. This is what the car's sitting like at the moment. You can see the fuel tank's off, exhaust is off, the prop is off, my trusty little Dremel, bit of water spray. You can see at the back there's little spots of rust. Stuff looks like what someone's done is literally put this nice stone chip type stuff on some really rough metal. So I'm going to have to clean that up. But thanks so much for watching. Sorry the video was of such poor quality, but I just wanted to get something out there, keep the updates going. If you liked it, which I doubt you did, please hit the like button and please subscribe.